everyone, and welcome to Fun Facts, a new series that I'm presenting you with. And of course, if you're new to this channel, I am Diana Nakayenga. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been watching all of my other previous content, thank you so much for continuing on. I am constantly trying to find something that works best for both me and for you. So if you have not yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you get more content along the way from me, and hit the like button to let me know that this is the kind of content you want me to produce, and I will be bringing it to you. That lets me know, of course, to always make more. Alright, thank you so much. So let's get right into it. Fun Facts is again just a little series that I have where each week I am going to present you with 5 fun facts that I have found over the internet. I have read a list of things and I bring you 5 each week just so that you get a little motivation for something new, something you can use as a conversation starter, and or something you could use in between family gatherings, just so you could present. And in case you were to play trivia and these kinds of questions come up, you already have an answer. So it's a little bit of information to help you along your journey of life, whichever way it takes you. Alright, let's get into it. Fun fact number 1. The voices of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse got married in real life. Okay, if you're not shocked, I don't know what to say. Because that is literally amazing, right? When you hear about your favorite characters in real life and they're together. Oh my gosh, but then you know Mickey and Minnie because they're so huge and they're so iconic, and of course they're adorable on television, but then to know that the people who acted them out were actually in love with each other. Okay, if you're not excited about that, I don't know, but especially for all of you Disney fans, I'm pretty sure you're wilding out. And or if you're like a romantic person and you're obsessed with romance and adorable things, then I'm sure this is also blowing your mind, because it blew mine and it caught my heart and it made my heart just a little bit more like a little ding. So yes, Wayne Allwine and Russi Taylor were married for 18 years until Allwine's death in 2009. I mean, 18 beautiful years, like, oh my gosh. And Mickey and Minnie are still going on forever, so I know that everybody who works with them must have felt some sort of magic. I mean, it's literally some sort of magical story that you want to tell. I mean, you could tell your grandchildren or even the workers that worked there at the time and knew them in real life. Can you imagine? And I want to apologize if, of course, I have mistakenly pronounced their names wrong. I'm going to let you know in advance that I am terrible with pronunciations of people's names and probably some words. I am working on it. It's a little bit difficult. Even my last name, I know it has an accent in a different area that I don't really know where it's at, because that's a story for another time. But yes, aside from that, I love that story. I'm just like, I hope that that was something that you can take with you, especially if you're a huge fan. Alright, let's move on to fun fact number 2. Okay, so this is for all of you wine lovers. Fun fact, about 700 grapes go into one bottle of wine. So if you're wondering how much fruit you're intaking for the day, well, there you have it. But of course, drink in moderation, do what you want. But yeah, that's a lot of grapes. But the fact that all of that turns into just a big bottle, that's pretty impressive, right? Because they're not gigantic grapes, they're small little grapes, so 700 makes sense. But yeah, if you wanted to know how much was in the bottle of wine that you had, chances are it's about 700. So there you have it. Alright, fun fact number 3. The Four Corners are the only spot in the US where you can stand in 4 states at once. That includes Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. Okay, you guys, so I've always wanted to stand in one spot where it's rain and one spot where it's not rain. And I've also wanted to stand where one side is one state, one side is not another, is a different state. So, I mean, if you want to stand in all 4 states at once, the 4 corners. But that's pretty fascinating that you can be in all 4 states. So for instance, I guess if they ask for your ID here, and then you're here. You could just hop over and you're like, I'm already here. Of course, you don't want to do anything illegal. I am not endorsing anything illegal. Please don't do anything illegal. Be smart about that information, but that's pretty fascinating, right? All right, moving on to fun fact number 4. Just so you know that I'm holding something and I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my information. The oldest known living land animal is a tortoise named Jonathan, who is 187 years old. He was born in 1832 and has lived on the island of St. Helena in the Atlantic Ocean since 1882. Okay, that's wonderful, right? Because we know turtles are pretty hard-shelled. They can last a long time, I guess, because of their hardness and their ability to move with peace. They move in peace. They're never rushing. They move in slow motion, which I think that they're relaxed, right? Unless of course they're being chased and attacked, but for the most part I think that they're in a very relaxed state, which allows them to be able to live long. Whereas we humans are basically rushing every day, stressed out, all of those things. So I think if we took away like a lot of the stresses from our lives, we're more likely to last longer. And I think that's been studied before somehow. Don't quote me on that part. I have no idea, but it seems to make more sense. When you are in a more relaxed state, you are a little bit more healthier in the mental state as well, at least. But yes, so that's pretty cool. 187 years old. I mean, it's out there in the other part of the world, but it's there and it exists and it's living its best life, hopefully. Alright, moving on to the final fun fact of the day. Fun fact number 5. Bats are the only mammal that can fly. Has anyone ever seen a bat? I mean, bats are kind of rare, but they exist. I remember when I was younger, I would see bats. But when you think of bats, you think of vampires. I don't know, does anyone else think of that? It's like, when I think of mosquitoes, I think of vampires, because I'm like, okay, if a mosquito is biting me, it's sucking my blood, therefore it's a vampire. But I guess it's the wings as well as the nightness, the ability to be able to live in the night and seeing the night is what gives it its allureness to be a vampire. Okay, now I'm just rambling on. But yeah, that's interesting that it is the only one that can fly. So with that said, I'm going to leave you with that. Take that information, use it with your friends, with your family, do what you want with it. You have it now. Share it, have fun, ask people, see if they know, and start a conversation, because there's no need to sit in awkward silence, unless of course you enjoy that kind of thing. I'm Diana Nakayenga. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.